This episode brought to you by all the sequels of this movie that we thought were going to happen but never happened. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash vs. Pinhead. Freddy vs. Ash vs. Pinhead vs. Freddy vs. Leatherface. Leatherface vs. Freddy vs. Jason vs. Ash vs. Chucky vs. Pinhead. Pinhead vs. Ash vs. Jason vs. Chucky vs. Who else?
Mr. T.
Versus Mr. T. Yeah.
I pity the fool who fight Pinhead. Hey everybody, we are watching Freddy vs. Jason, and you are listening to Miscast Commentary. Raspy voice.
You're listening to Miscast Commentary, where two guys have seen way too many movies and have way too much time on their hands.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass. And I'm all out of bubblegum.
Now here's your hosts, Joe Finley and Todd Murray.
Hey everybody, welcome to Miscast Commentary. I'm Joe Finley.
And I'm Todd T. the Sailor Mary.
And today we are skipping a bunch of sequels to these movies because we've done a very uneven number of these movies on either side to bring you Freddy versus Jason. Why? Because we suddenly felt the need to.
Exactly.
Okay? Screw you. Stop trying to boss me around.
Yeah. Stop trying to run my life.
You're not my mom unless you are my mom, but she doesn't watch my stuff because she doesn't support my dreams.
That's right. Like a good mom. Like a good mom.
Don't
tell me how to live. Oh.
I was going to start singing Don't Call Me Daughter, which has no
I prefer that.
bearing here, but whatever. Okay, so long story short, I was late. We were late getting started, so let's press play.
Now.
And here we go.
Starts out with the old Elm Street. This is the greatest crossover film that has ever happened, other than Scooby-Doo meets Kiss.
And this was one of those ones... Thank you. This is one of those ones too. We were waiting forever because they were talking about this forever, and then Jason Goes to Hell comes out, and that's when the glove came out and pulled down the mask. And the reason that happened was because New Line finally got the rights to what's it called, to Friday the 13th. So that was the first New Line movie, and that's why they did this. It's so, like, it's
weird seeing him.
When he's Freddy, it's fine, but when he's, like, Fred Krueger, it's not fine. That's
who you meet at the thing.
Yeah.
When you go to Comic-Con and meet him, he shouldn't sign it Freddy, he should sign it Fred Krueger. That would be even worth more.
Yeah.
Next time, you really fucked up getting his autograph. Thankfully, his spit is very glue-like.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah.
They're sticking right there. It's almost like tape.
Yeah. I was gonna say, why is there Scotch tape all over him? Maybe
they don't stick.
I was gonna say maybe his tongue is a Scotch tape dispenser. He swallows a roll of Scotch tape and then it just comes out until it's empty.
No, he licks them because he's like a little girl's picture and stick it on them. When he goes back to look at false, he's like,
but he forgets. Yeah, he forgets literally every time he picks up the
tape out and he friggin' puts it in. Oh, look at his eyes here.
This was actually the thickest his makeup ever was, and I guess in the scenes where there's fire around him, he couldn't feel the fire. Then when they went to take off his mask, it was like fused to his face.
Oh my God. Oh, we're getting like a best of Freddy kills here.
Yeah, you do not get it. You do not get this.
Really? Why did the makeup have to be so thick? Oh yeah.
I was just the design they decided to go with this time. Oh
yeah, they're giving us a good old.
Yeah, what a great series. We have so many more of these to do because we've been doing the Friday the 13th more regularly because of the fact that...
How far are we on Freddy? 3?
Freddy we've done... We did
Dream Warrior?
We did Dream Warrior was the first one we did. And this is the second one we were doing.
Really?
We've only done 2 Freddys. But we've done... This will be our 4th... our 5th. This will be our 5th Jason. First one we did was Jason Goes to Hell. Then we've done 1, 2, 3 in 3. And then this.
Oh.
So, I don't like that they did that to his teeth. That was unnecessary to me.
I think it's only in this beginning part here.
I think there's one dream sequence where it's like that, but the remaining dream
change
sequences.
Him. Yeah, he's not. I don't think. I like that. He'll get the guts, but I'll get the glory.
I like that a lot.
He's got a plan.
When you hear some of the alternatives that could have happened, you'll be really happy. I think that this was literally the best version of the movie they could have come up with. So they submitted 17 scripts for this movie over the course of its development. You're gonna be just fine. And
this is how you start a movie of people.
And they tried.
This totally looks like the doc from 7. Halloween.
Friday the 13th person?
Yes.
Yeah. I hear that. And, but yeah, so anyways, they took all of the ideas from that one script and tried to turn it into one, and then they didn't like it, so then they brought in Damian Shannon and Mark Swift, who wrote this movie, and they, came up with stuff, but like their early drafts of the script, the idea was there was a cult of Freddy Krueger followers who like brought him back to life, and then different people bring back Jason to kill him, like Godzilla versus Gamera kind of thing.
Right.
And I'm like, what a shit idea. What
the right one.
This one is the ultimate one because it's the one that deals the most with both of their personal backstories.
Right.
And it ties them together beautifully.
I think it does it better because that's the real thing is like, fuck all the backstory. It's like, how do you really get them together? And I mean, we're talking about a guy who never dies and a guy who kills you in your dreams. So like, you gotta figure some way to put them together where it's not so dumb.
Yeah.
As a bunch of Freddy people resurrect him.
Well, and then there was, I guess, for a little while when this was kind of in development hell, they were trying to find a way to work it out to be Michael Myers versus Jason, but they thought they were too the same.
Similar.
And that it would be boring, and I agree.
Yeah, you gotta Freddy to like carry the exposition and everything, right?
Well, one of them has to talk.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, if not both of them. Like,
This really kind of looks like a mixture of like, she looks like Naomi Rapace mixed with Jennifer Garner.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay, so like, wait, we just thought before this is Ken Kersinger Jason.
Yeah, Ken Kersinger, and not a bad Jason. The reason they went with him over Kane Hodder was that was really controversial at the time. Was the fact that he was so much taller. He's the tallest Jason. He's 6'5", and they wanted a height disparity to be really, really noticeable between the two because it needed to be like a David and Goliath kind of thing. So
I was just about to ask, like, this must be Jason, like, in Dreamland here.
It is.
Because, like, because they said he was dead, too, right?
Yeah.
Like,
I cannot remember. I'm trying to find the original actress's name. I've got it down here somewhere. Jason! No, but the original mother was offered a chance to do this, Betsy Palmer, and she said no, the role's too small. And she said no. She had been in virtually nothing. She played a role, like her last role prior to what this would have been was like sweet old lady in one episode of one show. She did 3 more projects and then that was it for the rest of her life. So I'm like, why would she be too good to do this?
That's hilarious.
People would have lost their minds. And
she was probably just like, fuck this. I don't like that you can see his eyeballs.
Yeah, I wasn't a big fan of that. I did like that only the one
black, like you can't see his eyes at all.
Yeah. Well, every now and again it's okay.
But that's all it took was his mama yelling at him.
Yeah. But like again, this is the perfect opening. The perfect this was that's actually a really good effect that they did too. Movie only cost was what, $25 million?
That's it?
Yeah. But again, when you're not paying anybody really, like these guys nobody made like 20 million in this movie or something like that, right? So,
did you see his teeth? They were good.
Yeah, they were good.
Normal. They weren't trying. They just did it for the beginning. But right away, somebody was like, "Nope."
I guarantee that. I think in the final dream sequence, because there's a bit where he jumps out of the water onto the dock, and I think his teeth are fucked up there.
Right. Mm-hmm. So this movie's already started off absolutely terrifically.
Yeah, this one, it was a really good one. And this isn't a good one because like we're usually pretty in sync when it comes to ideas. We don't always discuss them. A lot of the times I just pitch them to you. And I don't know why I'm telling you that this is what happens. Anyways, I pitched them to him. But that was one that was right. He was like, I was literally just thinking that I hadn't seen it.
Seriously, I was just watching the clips of it on like going lying in bed doing fuck all. Mm-hmm. There's my favorite member of Destiny's Child, Kelly Rowland. She never lost her head, She wasn't like a Destiny girl that turns into a werewolf. She should have turned into a werewolf and got one of these motherfuckers.
Actually, speaking of which, too, so let's talk. So Kelly Rowland, obviously, she was in Think Like a Man and Empire outside of being in Destiny's Child. That's Catherine Isabel from Ginger Snaps 2, all those other things. She was also in Hannibal, the TV show.
Oh?
Oh, no, not the TV show. Not the TV show, the movie. But what was interesting was she had a no nudity clause for this movie, and Ronnie Yu was a dickhead and kept trying to pressure her to do a nude scene anyways, and so they got into a huge fight, and they had really bad relationship on set because of that.
What else did Ronnie direct?
Ronnie Yu directed Bride of Chucky.
Oh, this guy's the man.
And he did there are tons of Chinese films. But then on top of that, he directed Jet Li's Fearless.
Oh.
Which is technically a Chinese film, but was one that had North American crossover.
Bruise girls.
Yeah. I could, in all fairness, I get it.
Yeah, but I mean, like, this guy's supposed to be the bad boy.
Yeah.
He's like, ew, you just smell.
Yeah.
That's not even fucking light beer. That's non-alcoholic beer. She is pissed.
He's nagging her.
This loser.
The reason she's wearing the hat and all that, she's actually she's an homage to the girl from Carrie. What was the girl's name? I have everything written down, but it takes so long to remember everything. Fuck.
She is gorgeous. Kelly Rowland.
PJ Souls is the actress in Carrie who dressed like that. So they did that.
She is a homage to that.
Yes, indeed.
I think that, they're always getting into fights, these people. You know what? If the girl said she didn't want to do nudity, don't fucking pressure her. She already said no.
That's
it's
all
like
I'm saying.
What the fuck, like?
That's all I'm saying. If you want to do it, great. Yeah, if you don't want to do it, that's it.
Before you don't.
Yeah.
You don't ask somebody mid-movie, hey, Meryl, you want to whip your tits out?
Yeah. And
whatever.
And so they eventually agreed on, because there is a nude scene with the character, but it's it's a body double.
Oh, it is? Mm-hmm. Right on.
So that's Catherine Keener, the blonde lady there. She was the daughter. She was what's his face? Craig T. Nelson's daughter in Devil's Advocate.
Oh, no way.
And she was in Dawson's Creek, Undeclared, and she was in Entourage. She really shit-talked this movie after it came out. She's like, I only took it for the money. The script sucked. I'm like, you're in no position career-wise to be burning bridges like that.
It's a horror movie. What are you looking for here?
Well, and that was the thing, because people used to, like, rag on Kelly Rowland. They're like, oh, you were in this, like, shitty horror movie. And she's like, it was a huge hit, and I had a ton of fun. Like, what part should I be embarrassed about?
Exactly. Yeah, I think they did a good job with this one.
I do too. Like, everybody is, like, all the characters are just right.
Exactly. And the thing too is, like, when, I don't know if it was New Line that redid Jason. Yeah. I remember they came out with Friday, it was just garbage.
And ironically, same guys who wrote this movie wrote that one.
No, serious, right?
Yeah. Well, the reason they got that job, New Line gave them that job because they showed how much they understood the stories, and that's how they were like, oh, he's going to be loyal to the...
There's a lot to understand.
Well, no, but it was...
a lot to dissect.
I think from a fan standpoint, they didn't want somebody who was going to piss off the fans and like just abandon the backstory,
or everything altogether, right? Like Jason's going to be a keyboardist in the band, and Freddy's going to be his manager. Yeah, they're going to clash on this new solo that he's got coming out. Jason versus Freddy.
One of the many scripts for this movie included Jason being on trial for all his murders.
And God!
And the main character was his defense attorney. That is the truth.
Yo, that reminds me of, there's a new John Cena movie coming out. It's called Coyote versus Acme, and he's Wile E. Coyote's attorney.
Oh my!
Wile E. Coyote is suing Acme Corporation for all their failed gadgets.
John Cena has really found a good sweet spot for himself, hasn't he?
I agree. I think he's doing a lot better than the other. I mean, you see Batista and stuff too, but he's like, I was in Dune. I'm like, who cares?
Batista's taking his shit too seriously. Like, him and The Rock are the only two who get it. The Rock's just doing like these fun, like big action movies, and he's got it like the opportunity to be in a bunch of like, what's it called? She's bad at sex. I would not want to have sex with her. That was awful.
I wouldn't say no to her.
That was awful sex.
She's bad at sex acting.
I would that tells me everything I need to know about her. I would rather masturbate any day of the week.
Well, I would anyways.
Yeah.
It's just easier that way.
Oh.
Then after masturbating, there's only one person crying when it's all over. My mom.
What, they can't turn on lights? Oh, no.
No, they like the candle. That's what she gave you. She's like, that's what you get, asshole.
That's
why you turn to your... It's like, so what, man? They get all body doubles.
Yeah. What, like, could you tell the difference?
No,
Did it matter at all?
I saw her naked, actually. Now I'm really fucking disappointed at your trivia.
Yeah. Way to go. See, like, that's like this shot.
Body doubles work?
Yeah. So there were two things of trivia. I did not copy them down, but it was all about guys who ranked the hot girls who showed off their boobs in these movies. And I was like, all right, whatever. I don't care.
You don't see his eyes. I don't like it. I
agree with that one. That was too much.
He's like, so taking one more sip.
That would have been hilarious.
More rager.
Or he's like shotguns it or something.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
See, this kind of stuff. That's what you needed in Jason movie. In the new one that came out, the newer one, it was all like head kills. Like machete to the head, machete to the head, machete to the head. I was like, what the fuck? Like,
because it's cheaper, like. But like they just had to like have one gag ready to rock, whereas like this one you gotta have a bunch of different like prosthetics and stuff. But like, how cool is that?
Awesome.
It's so good.
That's how I want to go.
He moved a little though, so it's all bullshit. Why are they screaming?
I don't know. Get over it. It's a party.
I bet wouldn't it have been really funny if they could have just gotten the rights and then you just see Michael Myers just walk by in the background?
And this is Officer Dewey.
Yep.
From the Scream.
Well, he was he was in Scary Movie.
That's right.
So he wasn't doofy.
Where's this guy been at? The guy we just saw here, the buddy here.
He's been in a lot. Oh, no, I know who you're talking about. He's been in other stuff. I've got him here somewhere. Let me find him. His name is Lachlan Monroe. He was in Charmed, Scary Movie. He was in White Chicks. He's been in Riverdale, and he's in Peacemaker.
Oh.
So he's still, and he plays a cop in all of them.
I want to get HBO Max. Is that Crave?
That's Crave here, yes. In Canada,
I want to get the Crave.
I want to watch Peacemaker really badly. I'm about to go back in night shifts.
You have to see Suicide Squad first, bud.
I will.
Oh, my God.
I just have to watch the Snyder Cut 3 more times.
Oh, you can't be mentioning. What did you say?
I gotta watch the Snyder Cut 3 more times.
Fucking right.
Woo!
Oh yeah, it's starting up again. The whole fucking Snyderverse. They're like, we're demanding you restart the Snyderverse. It's like, come get lost.
Somebody responded to them. They're like, you know what you needed to like have any leg to stand on? You needed the Batman to fail, and it's already a huge hit.
Exactly.
So it's like, you're done. They're like, if Aquaman makes the money on its own without Snyder, which it will, and then if Shazam makes the money on its own,
it's got Buddy directing it. Aquaman 2. It's the same guy that directed the first. He's fucking awesome.
The guy who's not running.
Who I thought directed this before you said the buddy's name. I thought it was.
I'd make the same mistake all the time.
I thought it was. I was like, oh, that's right, because this is the dude.
Well, there's so few Chinese directors getting to direct non-Asian movies. So it's like, and I forget. Freddy.
Why does she want to remember?
Oh, it's just because she heard somebody talking about it, and she was like, "Why? Who was it? This was goddamn brilliant."
Freddy.
See, and this is the thing. This one understood everything about both movies. You need creative, like, brute kills from Jason, and you need crazy dreams. This one didn't go as far as I like for dreams, but it went pretty well.
Well, yeah, you just gotta get, you gotta get it in there.
Like, everything in this movie was like too in the moment. Like, it's in the hospital, and it's in the hospital. Like, the dream's in the hospital.
Ooh.
Like, I know that was something, but like, I want like them to be like part 4 is my ideal. Because it's like the dreams played on their characters. It would be a dream that they actually have.
Right.
I don't dream about the place that I'm currently at. Room. Yes. And it might lead to the boiler room or like flip around that way. But usually, like, remember the guy who was into karate was like in the dojo and all that stuff?
But this is supposed to be like you don't even know you're dreaming. Like you wake up and you're like, oh, I just nodded off. Like, you don't know you're in a dream. That's what makes it scary.
That's a good way to start this one.
Whoa.
She's fine.
She's no Nancy, though. I mean, she's doing a great job.
No.
But she's no Nancy.
But I hear that she's like shit talking the movie, and it occurs to me very quickly that she's
that was the one?
Yeah, she's not putting her whole heart into the thing. You know what I mean?
She's putting her boobs into it.
Yeah, she actually made that best boobs list, despite the fact she's the only one who doesn't show her boobs on the list. They were like, just because they were so big.
Shit! Sorry, just broke that up.
What'd you break?
I don't know everything.
That's unfortunate.
Oh my god. There should have been tons. See, there's the elevator from The Shining.
Yeah. This actually was some of the other alternate things they were going to do. There was going to be one of the story ideas was that Freddy raped Jason's mother and was his actual father. And they were like, well, that's a little more dark than we need to go for this thing.
They totally should have. That's awesome.
And then there was another one where he was like a handyman at Camp Crystal Lake and molested Jason. And I'm like, hey, we don't need to go there. I think that this one was absolutely perfect. He uses him as a means to an end, and
yeah, they don't have to previously, like, he's the one who, like, Batman and the Joker and Tim Burton's like, you made me, I made you. Yeah, it was kind of.
Yeah.
Well, it's like he never drowned. You'll see in the flashback sequences of Freddy's hand, like, drowning him in the lake.
Yeah, like it was, what's it called?
Whoa, bud.
Yeah, that was, I always hated the way he did. My best friend was killed. Like,
you watch yourself, boy.
Yeah,
you're number one suspect.
Worst scene.
What'd you do with all your bloody clothes?
Yeah, worst scene in the movie.
No way. Yeah, probably.
I see a face.
Can you really, fault him? It's a horror movie. Who's watching Jason? Disappeared into the darkness. He's at the laundromat hanging out. Nobody looks there.
When we get there, I'll talk about like the 30 alternate endings there were to this story.
My God.
They did shoot a couple, but there's some. They went in some directions.
Sweet.
One would have been exciting but weird, and then others would have just been like, "All right, I guess that's it."
It does have a very Halloween kind of a vibe so far.
Mm-hmm. This is actually the first movie based in the Nightmare on Elm Street universe that took place that was shot in Canada.
Hey!
So all the other ones were actually shot in the U.S.
This is some cool dream shit.
Mm-hmm. I always hate. This is another moment I didn't like. I understand why they had to do it. Is it not strong enough yet? Oh, okay. That line was
just so you know.
That line was. Yeah, that line wasn't good enough. I will be soon enough. It's the kind of
let you know. Just let you know. Like he thinks it loud, Freddy.
Yeah,
you know.
Like it'd be good if he was like, I'm not strong enough yet. He's like, but I will be. Kind of like.
Oh fuck! Yeah, he is a big bastard. Eh?
Yeah. So I do understand their decision. I love Kane Hodder very much, but
this guy's big.
Mm-hmm. And then there was like a big thing because I guess Ronnie Yu originally said he was behind, or partially behind the decision to not cast him and to go with Ken Kersinger instead. But then afterwards, he totally went back on that. Said no, it was just the studio. He's like, I really wanted him, but it was I think it was just to gain the popularity back from the
right.
Studios can take the hit. They have no problem being like, oh, and the fucking studio did this to me. Yeah, whatever.
That's like the rule.
Ching,
the studio.
Yeah. Jason Ritter, not the first choice for this role, so much so that he was told he was not right for the role, but got it anyways when Brad Renfro dropped out.
No way. So
apparently, I heard two stories. I heard one that Brad Renfro quit. The other story was that Brad Renfro showed up on set so strung out he was fired.
Nice.
So, then they were going to go with Ian Somerhalder, but they decided he was too pretty. So then they settled on Jason Ritter.
Well, who is the other guy, the crazy one? He's in lots of shit.
Yeah.
He's Canadian, isn't he?
Yeah, he is Canadian. He was in Ginger Snaps 2 and a couple other movies.
He's good. I like him, actually. He does a good job in this movie.
I like him, too, and I feel like he was just like him and the guy who plays his brother were cast specifically because they look so much like each other.
Right, they do.
Yeah, so...
So Freddy.
So what's his name?
I get Freddy nightmare tonight.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I wish Freddy would be in my nightmares, and maybe they'd be less intense.
Yeah. So his name's Brendan Fletcher. He was in Ginger Snaps 2 and 3, The Onion Movie, Leprechaun Origins, Arrow, and Siren.
Nice.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I do like that he's. I do like that he's playing along with these guys, though. He's not being an ass. He's like, I'll play with you. Don't worry. Just. puzzles.
Man, I always like where's the loony bin like this? They always show them in movies. Where's the loony bin?
I know.
It's
funny. I was just watching. It was a Mr. Beast video where it was a competition to see who could spend the longest time in a padded room, and there were 4 of them and they were all in straitjackets.
5 minutes later,
and literally 10 minutes in, they're like the one guy was just sitting there and he's just smacking his head on the wall. And he's like,
"We've been in here." No, last 10 minutes. Come on.
No, he was like the one guy kept just like screaming, like he was just to bug people. He was screaming and making noises. And the guy's like, "Fuck!" Like already. He's like, "We've been in here."
Weak.
He's like, "We've been in here for an hour already." It's like, it's been 10 minutes. He's like, "Fuck!" And then it was, and they
those fucking people. Did they have their phones with them?
No, nothing.
That's why.
Well, and they
press tam.
Yeah, that's a good old press tam.
Oh, I think he farted.
I think they put a fart noise in there.
It should have fogged up the glass. That was bullshit.
I do like that part of their
Oh, there it is.
I do like that part of their whole setup is just abuse instantly. It's like, oh, you want to fuck around? We're gonna fuck around.
That's it.
It's everything is
You should lick his cheek like in T2.
Oh my god. Yeah, I was
cheek licker.
He got it.
He just wanted something to put him out.
Weston Hills, for what it's worth, that is the insane asylum where Freddie Mercury, that would not have been accurate. Freddy Krueger was, his mother was raped by 10,000 or 1,000 maniacs or whatever they say.
Oh my god, oh my god.
I always say 10,000 maniacs because of the fucking band.
Yeah, what a bukkake.
Yeah.
Holy lord.
Hypnosil.
1,000. Like, who wants to pull? I'm 1,000. Fuck, just come back tomorrow.
Yeah, I don't remember the exact number. I want to say it was actually 100, but
good thing it's a long weekend because this thing's going all night. 850. Ugh.
She has the kind of lips where she shouldn't legally be allowed to play a teenager.
What about her tits?
Some girls get big boobs, but she's got like little lips that look like they're collagen a little.
Yeah, they totally do. That's why I said she's too. I'm not gonna say she's too pretty, but she just, I don't know. She looks like a porn star. Like they hired a porn star.
She's a refined person, not a teenage girl.
Yeah.
No, I 100% agree. Like a Nancy, a Patricia Arquette. Nancy.
Yeah.
Like those people, not unattractive people by any means. Just not.
Patricia Arquette really looked like she was like, they really just filmed her for real and they just threw it in the movie.
They're still actually doing that.
I forgot that she was
like literally. It was really, really mean, but they said Alexis Arquette died during a dream.
Did you never? You know, they fucking never finish anything in movies.
Agreed.
Like they never eat their breakfast. They never They never even say goodbye in a phone call. They wear their shoes indoors. Mm-hmm. I'm like, what is this world? Like, who the fuck wants to keep washing the floor all the time?
Yeah, I know. Nothing would make me angrier as a parent if they just they grab a piece of bread and like a banana. Okay, gotta go. I'm like, I made you fucking breakfast.
Yeah, or it's always like,
I got up at 6.
You know, it's the dad or whatever, and she's like, you stay at your lunch. I gotta go, mom. Well, just here, take this. And it's like there's 5 full plates of breakfast on the table. She's just like, well, there's breakfast. All of it in the garbage.
Yeah, and always fine with it.
If she had it sitting on the table, that makes her a good mom. You could lead a horse to water.
Yeah. But you can't
then you can touch his dink.
Yeah.
Something like that.
I like that.
Because he's drinking water, then you can touch his private parts.
Oh, I like it.
He's throwing it off there.
Why are you doing this to me?
What?
I don't need any of this.
Remember the video I sent you about that horse?
I do remember. I watch it daily. So Mark Swift and Damian Shannon, they are the writing team. Like I said, they wrote the Friday the 13th remake. Excuse me. They also wrote the Baywatch movie.
Ooh. With I never saw that movie.
It wasn't bad.
Did anybody see that movie?
It didn't do well, but it was definitely better than I thought it would have been. It's not like, oh my god, you got to go see that movie. I think
one of the Rock's who's this dude? This guy looks like he's been in every movie I've ever seen.
He's in literally everything. His name is Christopher Marquette. Yeah, he was in Just Friends with Ryan Reynolds and thing. He was the brother in that. He was in Fanboys. He was the one who was dying.
Okay, yeah.
Those were his big ones, but he's been more recently in Barry. He was in an episode of Community because that's more important. And
that's where that was at the top.
Yeah, he started, like, one of his big things at the start was Joan of Arcadia.
If you were to go, okay, this was his, like, filmography. It's like, he started out, in this movie. This is how you would explain it.
Yeah.
He started out doing this movie. Then he was knighted. Then he saved, like, a bunch of kids from, like, a burning 747. Then he won an Oscar. Then he was in 5 Minutes of Community.
Yeah.
That would be the top.
Yeah.
That would be his, in your mind, his pinnacle would be being on Community.
It depends on the episode. But, like, there are a few episodes where I'd probably let it slide and be like, oh, yeah, he was in Community, by the way. I forgot about that. But then there's some people who are like, oh, my God. Like Steve Agee, yeah, he's been in the Guardians of the Galaxy movies and Suicide Squad and Peacemaker and all that. But he was in the episode of, he's in 2 episodes of Community. One where he invented Meow Meow Beans.
Oh, my God.
And the other one where he was a DJ in a DJ class. And then somebody goes, hey, isn't that the guy who invented Meow Meow Beans?
Look at the nobody. They're like, do you even go to this school? Who is this?
Yeah, that is.
Didn't they say you Looney Bin?
This is really. A, I hated all his lines there. B, I hated her, like, weird. No, like, everybody stop! Somebody stop this! And, like, everybody's just like
standing there watching her. Oh, they're like, we'll just re-enroll in school. The teachers will never remember that we went sent to the Looney Bin.
Yeah. Do you think Jason Ritter ever looks at Colin Hanks and thinks, what if?
No.
Because Colin Hanks has put it together. Both guys have
his shit.
Yeah. Oh, that was Robert Shea. Really, really quick shot of Robert Shea. He's the producer of every single movie that featured Freddy in it.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, he produced all of the...
We watched all the Jasons. We were only on, like, Freddy, this one, and Freddy 3.
Yeah.
Why did we start with Freddy 3?
We just decided we wanted to watch one of the more fun ones, and then you said Dream Warriors, so we did Dream Warriors. And it was also our 3rd episode.
Right.
So
I think she's got one of those, like, 50s bras on. She's stuffing.
She's stuffing?
Fucking right. Oh, my God.
Yeah. She wants to be a bunch of different white women. She's American, so I get it, but, like,
hell no.
I know, she's gorgeous.
My Lord. I'm surprised she did pretty good in this movie. I'm surprised she wasn't in more.
Yeah, she's got acting roles. Ew.
Oops. Look at all those tattoos she has. Oh, look at that one.
Yeah, tattoos
makes things get dark quick. Whoa.
Yeah. It wasn't one of the better effects in this movie.
Whatever, I liked it.
It was fine. Oh, there's who's it? Nike just did a thing. They have a 3D ad like a la like Jaws 10 or whatever from Back to the Future 2
big 3D
that comes out.
Yeah.
I'll have to show it to you after. It actually it legitimately looks like it's popping out of the wall and stuff, but it's just like a billboard. Okay. Wasn't the same. We all have dreams about the guy with the same name.
Oh my God. I have crazy fucking dreams. Do you dream a lot?
I do dream a lot.
Fuck, I have crazy fucking dreams. I wake up all like, I've in dream a long time ago, I killed someone. And every time I'm in the dreams, I'm always like, if there's cops, I'm like, fuck, they know. Like, they know I killed that guy way back.
Yeah.
Way back. And I'm just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Oh, the recurring dreams are the worst. Like the ones that like have like a storyline.
It's not a recurring dream, but I do remember that I had murdered someone.
Your dreams are sequels to previous dreams.
There's pieces that flip over.
I hate that. I also hate when I wake up from a dream and I'm like, ooh, I did not care for that dream. Then you go back to sleep and you jump right back into it. You're like, fuck off. But I have a pretty good track record of lucid dreaming. I'd say about 1/3 of all my dreams are lucid dreams.
What do you mean lucid?
Lucid, when you realize you're dreaming and you're in full control of what's going on.
Like awake dreaming.
And like legitimately.
Like when Freddy gets you.
I remember, and this is...
So like you're in the dream, you're like, I'm in a dream right now. Yeah.
And legitimately, I remember the first lucid dream I ever had. I was in my 20s. Like this was a late coming thing. And I remembered, I'm like, I'm dreaming. I'm like, this is not my home. And I'm like, I remember going to sleep, and I'm like, a naked girl's gonna come around the corner. Naked girl came around the corner. Another guy comes up, and I just started punching him in the face, and then I flew. And that was like my whole, and I was like, and then right like then and there, I was like, this is awesome. And then I woke up, and I'm like, they don't last long. Lucid dreams, as soon as you, because usually it takes some time. You got to get to that inception point where you spin the.
I feel like mine,
totem?
They get as if like the panic button is pressed, like it's getting way too intense, and suddenly it just changes. You know what I mean? And I'm just like, I think my brain just was like, nope. Mm-hmm. Let's leave. Let's drive from Freddy.
You should leave.
You can't drive away from your dreams, boys.
Yeah, she is.
Oh hell no.
Well, here's the other thing.
We haven't seen Freddy or Jason in a while.
Yeah.
Let's end it with this little storyline here. Let's get some crime.
Yeah.
Some murder.
But here's the thing. If you just leave that area, do you just not get Freddy dreams anymore?
That's what I was just saying. I don't know.
Yeah, like...
You can't run away from your dreams, bud.
Yeah, but well, that's what I'm saying, because it's only kids in this town.
But you would think want them to go to Elm Street.
Yeah, but you would also think that word of something like this would have spread outside of that town. So why is it still only affecting people in that town? Like, I feel like the city limits has a dream border.
Freddy's, maybe his remains are still there. What was when this movie started? Where was the last place Freddy was? I remember. I remember the junkyard, but then there was so many sequels after.
The he got like buried in the junkyard in 3. Then they went, and then he came back from the junkyard in 4.
That's right.
And
where did he end up at the end of 4?
5, it was like in the bottom of a church.
Yeah, because his kid was there, his Freddy's son, right?
Yeah, and. Yeah, all kinds of shit like that was going on. But this movie takes place, like they said, in a timeline. It would be after the last Nightmare on Elm Street, which would have been New Nightmare.
Oh, shit. Yes.
And then...
where he comes back, miss me.
Yeah. And then... but it was after Jason Goes to Hell, but before Jason X. Despite the fact Jason X came out before this. Right. Because they would figure Jason was discovered and taken to space later.
Oh, that's after.
Yeah,
that's the end.
He didn't get returned.
I don't even consider that movie to be part of the canon.
No, neither do I. That was a Kane Hodder one though, but that was the whole thing was just wrong.
Agreed.
The whole
techno mask.
Yeah. Oh, that's mean.
I need to go to this party to clear my head from all this murder.
I know.
My mom says it didn't even happen, but I was there, I think.
People are literally lining up for Laurie in this movie, though. The drinky guy was like trying to get with her earlier. Now him.
Or Laura.
Yeah, no. Laurie.
Black girl likes him.
Yeah. Yeah, she should.
Hell yeah.
So everybody is the same person.
Did they just wear the goofiest shit they could find? Like, what kind of party is this?
This is somebody who clearly doesn't know what a rave is and just bought clothes for a rave.
Look at the hats and shit. Like, wait.
Although I've seen
there.
My wife's cousin we used to go to a lot of raves, and like this isn't as far off as you would want it to be. She used to wear like these big like neon green fur leggings and like
Jason should have stepped in. Jason should have stepped in.
Yeah.
One of the drunk girls is like, "Oh, I like you." And she like takes his hand.
Oh my god.
And he's like on the dance floor and nobody gives a shit. That's what should happen.
What if you actually what if there was a shot in the background? He's like grinding up on some girl. Right? He's on
really
X.
Giving her.
Oh, see, that's your excuse. You go to any asylum. When you come out, make sure you tell everybody you sent them letters.
Yeah.
I didn't get any letters. Oh, those doctors. When really I was in the chronic masturbation ward.
My hands were busy.
Yeah.
If I could write you a letter with my feet, I would. But I can't because those are also helping me to masturbate.
I've got one of them up my butt at all times.
No. I don't know who he knows.
She, like, I see so many things in her. Like, I see, like a
penis?
like a night. I don't respect that. No, I feel like there was like a 90s weather girl. Like she played a bad version of April O'Neil in something. Like
in the Christmas special on Ice.
She does not do drunk really well. Yeah, I know. That's Billy Idol. That's Billy Idol.
Yeah. Right. Oh, fucking shit. That definitely wasn't Jason. He doesn't move that fast.
She doesn't play great drunk, though.
Do you want to take a piss? How do you know?
I've seen drunk people. Is he trying to be Vincent D'Onofrio from Men in Black?
It sounds like, looks like some shit-ass beer.
You should know you're dreaming because he doesn't want to be around you when you're smoking because it's yucky.
Did you think I love you? I love when you scream at me.
Yeah, that's my problem. I was not abusive enough to women in high school.
I know. They'd love you if you were.
Fuck. If only I can go
It's only
back.
later in life, like now that they're like, yeah, you're kind of cool. You're respectful to women.
Now that we live together, I'm glad you don't punch me in the face.
The old killing shack.
I do love a good killing shack.
Do you think they would all get along?
Who?
All the horror dudes, or do you think they would try to usurp? And they're all pretty evil.
Well, let's like kind of break it down because certain guys have agendas.
The Sinister Six.
Yeah, but certain dudes have agendas. Like it's the Sinister Six had a common goal, which was the destruction of Spider-Man, right? Whereas like these guys all have different things. Like Pinhead wants to punish all these dudes.
All the sins,
he's
all the
guy,
souls.
Yeah, he has no interest in being buds with these guys. The Michael and Jason are little boys who never actually grew up, and so they're a little on the antisocial side. Then you have the child molester / murderer, so they might not get along swimmingly. Chucky would probably be willing to party with whoever.
Chucky's down with it,
Chucky's just like Chucky would be. I guess
a lot of them are pretty antisocial.
Chucky would be the fair weather friend. He's just gonna go where the action is.
He really doesn't have stakes in anything. No. He's fine.
I really did though, because you mentioned as a joke the Freddy versus Jason versus Ash. That was a real
that was a real
thing that
real rumor, a big one. Yeah,
they were trying to get that going. There was actually it was like a 6-part comic that came out that had that really like fed the rumors, and I think that could have been fun. I think that they missed an opportunity.
Oh, totally. I feel like his knives are bigger in this one.
Well, I think what's interesting, and I think what's what they're trying to get across here that maybe is a little more subtle than they wanted it to be, because I agree they do look a little bit longer, but he looks a little bit different to everybody.
Right.
So it's like I think there's little changes here and there.
Oh, I didn't notice that actually.
Well, I don't think it's anything super gigantic, but I think because none of these people knew Freddy.
Ooh.
Like it was just it's like literally they just heard.
Look at this creeper.
See, this is the thing. This is another thing why I think they got rid of the rape and the other thing, because they were already trying to like put the rape down like a million times in this.
I don't know how this is a real thing that happens. I don't know how anybody could do that. Like, oh god, that guy definitely deserves Jason's wrath.
Yeah. Yeah, I do like comeuppance. Like when you're gonna do something like that, comeuppance is great. That was the only thing that got me through Rob Zombie's Halloween, where they decided to add a gigantic, violent rape scene for no reason. And then when he goes and fucks those people up, I'm like, okay, well at least there's that.
There's some comeuppance.
Yeah.
Why would you hide in Freddy's locker?
Well, that might not be
know where you are. Of course, he knows where you are. What the fuck? Like
his locker might be like 3 down. I don't know whose locker that would be.
A note should have come through. Like in high school, right? A creepy note. Oh shit!
Do you like me? Yes, no, or die.
Oh, no. See, he knows. He's like, what the fuck?
Oh yes, I forgot about that.
Jason got her.
That was great.
Whoa! Oh my god!
This is actually I remember seeing the movie. Yeah, with Jason making his tear that he's about to make here. Well, it's too late.
Oh, I got to her first, Freddy.
Yeah.
Because I guess he has to kill him in the dream world to gain more power.
Yeah. Oh, I think we missed her. Because I think it was at the high school before. But Evangeline Lilly had an uncredited role in this movie.
Really?
Yeah, she was just girl in green jacket. Like by the lockers.
Yeah, he's pretty fucking big.
Yeah.
He's just drinking straight vodka.
Yeah. But it's also not to say, too, like, while Ken, or not Ken Kirzinger, this is him, Kane Hodder was the second, tied for the second shortest. He was only 6'2". Like, it's not like he was gigantic short, but they wanted as much of a difference. Nice. They wanted as much of a difference as humanly possible,
right?
Though, right? Like if they could have got a 7-footer, they would have got a 7-footer. Like,
there you go.
See, this is the first guy who seems to have, like, who's
there
like ready.
You go. That guy was on it.
Mm-hmm. So he actually caught fire earlier, Ken Kirzinger did, not on purpose. And he was so chill about it because he's a stunt dude.
He actually just straight chill about it, eh?
He was just like, oh, here we go. And they came in and like sprayed him down. And they was, thank you.
Full body burn.
Yeah. Worth noting, too, this is not the first time he's been Jason. He was Kane Hodder's stunt double in Jason Takes Manhattan.
Oh, he was?
He was the stunt coordinator for the movie, and so he did some of the stunts in that. So he was Jason at some point.
I thought
during
he
that
was
movie.
also Jason in 6. Or the one where the Jason... the one where it's the fake guy.
No.
Oh.
Nah, that was a good one.
You know, where he has the blue hockey mask, the blue lines in the hockey mask.
No, I know who you're talking. No, that wasn't him. That wasn't him.
So he was only Jason versus Freddy?
Yeah. So he's the only Kane Hodder is the only person to officially play him more than once, but Ken Kirzinger gets the nod of technically playing him twice because of being the stunt double.
Right. Oh, just put him out.
The first Jason.
He's looking like he's having an Austin beer bath.
Yeah.
Jason's fucking loaded. He hasn't had a beer in centuries. He's fucking ripped.
I love this scene though because he like just tears through everybody.
Oh, yeah, you're fuck.
Like it's his biggest. There we go. It's his biggest kill count. Like in one scene.
Yeah, now's the time. Rock one.
No.
There was a co-star.
Yeah. This is
fucking
fair.
Right, he was.
That goalie was pissed.
Oh, I heard that in a song once.
Fucked up police. I get it. So apparently Rob Zombie was offered a chance to direct this. He turned it down.
Thank God.
He to do House of a Thousand Corpses.
Good for him.
Ooh, somebody else I think we missed. There's somebody who played Person Who Jumps. It was played by Rey Mysterio.
No way.
We got
Person Who Jumps.
Yeah. I guess some crazy jump happens. I don't know.
Really?
Yeah.
Person Who Jumps.
Person Who Jumps. You got it.
Fucking right.
Well, Sean S. Cunningham, he was involved in this in the early going. But
right.
Then, so basically when he helped New Line get the rights to Friday the 13th, and then they were getting ready to do it, but then nobody could decide what to do, so he had to drop out. So he was like, okay, because that was like in 80, or what was it? I can't remember what year it was. It was around 89.
So we have missed the big jump.
I don't know.
Oh, I'm going to guess from now. Now I'm looking. You should have told me in the beginning that we're looking for a big old jump.
I know. I forgot about it.
I don't remember, as of now, seeing a jump.
I don't remember seeing a jump, but also we talked to each other a lot during these, and I don't remember seeing a lot of this movie.
There's a lot of boobs going on, man. It's tough to find
I don't think the jumps would care. How bad would that be? We go back and you look, and it's when she's in the shower. You see like out the window. Whoa! He's jumping to try and see in the window.
Oh, look right here. Look at this.
Yeah. I didn't even realize Rey Mysterio's son was wrestling now too. That was
Dominic Mysterio.
That tripped my fucking brain.
Oh look! Oh, he saw your dad kill your mom.
Get out! I'm gonna murder you.
How'd you get here, Dad? Does your face look like a pepperoni pizza?
Yeah. David S. Goyer did an uncredited rewrite of this, just to not to like change the story or anything, but just to tighten it up because it was like it was like over 2 hours, and they were like, nope, too long, get it down.
It is too long for
Yeah, this is like an hour 30 something.
7.
Yeah, he is flat out. He is flat out trying to murder this child.
He doesn't know that it was Freddy. Nobody swear. They cut out the swear words in the closed captioning.
Oh, how dare they?
Our feet are gonna turn to goo. Like what's her name was running up the stairs.
One of the other early versions of this script, right?
What? Sorry, he just said, "Was mom's death an accident?" And he's like, "She's like, prove it."
Yeah, I know.
How?
Yeah, here's the tape of the
Yeah,
athlete.
like, what?
There's a banana peel. She's whoa.
Right?
But anyways, yeah. So the original, one of the other original versions of the script had other characters, but to cut it down, they cut the characters out. One of the characters was going to be played by Jason Bateman.
No.
And then the other one was going to be played by Catherine Isabel, who just played the girl who just got killed there.
Oh, no shit. Jason Bateman.
But then as that role was getting cut down, they switched roles and moved her to the role she was currently in, and then the other girl got cut out completely. Oh, and another one, you know who was the first choice to play her? You're going to love this.
First choice?
Yeah.
Lacey Chabert.
Christina Ricci.
No.
And Brittany Murphy was also considered, which I totally...
Christina Ricci's too good for this movie, come on.
Yeah, but I totally see Brittany Murphy here.
Oh my god, close your window, it's like pouring on the inside.
Yeah, no doubt, no
what
doubt.
The fuck? Just because your dad murdered your mother possibly doesn't mean you can just like fucking leave the window open and ruin everything.
Yeah.
She doesn't understand. It wasn't him, it was Freddy. I do dig that whole like Freddy raped. Why does it have to be rape? Why couldn't they have had consensual sex?
Well, they mentioned that too, but I think the fact that like Freddy was a predator, I don't think there's a lot of like him looking around for permission.
Yeah, well, I mean, maybe he finally ran into this murderous woman. They fell in love.
It would have been something
just like me.
Yeah, it
would.
would.
Kill some kids, Freddy. I love you. Yeah, come on.
That would have been
never
the best.
had a woman look you in the eyes and say, "Let's go murder some children."
Like a couple times. I mean, you know, we were talking about Jason Ritter at the time, and it became a thing. And I get it. The lake where Camp Crystal Lake was at the beginning of the movie, and as we'll see later in the movie, that was the lake they were shooting X-Men 2 at the exact same time. So, like, they had the casts, both casts stayed in the same hotel.
No way. If I was in... I don't know how it would ever work out, but, like, if I found out that, like, if I was in... What was it? X-Men 2?
Yes.
Oh, God. There is a creeper running around. Brian Singer. I think I'd rather have fucking Freddy or Jason after me than that fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
He doesn't make movies anymore, does he?
Oh, I'm sure he makes plenty.
Fuck, man. They need to chemically castrate that fucking dirtbag.
Yeah.
Anyhow, I just lost what I was going to say. Oh, that's what I was going to say. After I punched out Brian Singer,
yes,
I go into... this is where the old lady from The Shining is. And he bangs her.
Oh, nice.
He likes that. That's why he's in the loony bin.
Oh,
he likes him green and mean.
I forgot to write down the name of the actor who's here, but we recognize this actor.
Oh, he's Canadian as well.
But he was
the kid. Watch.
He's the kid from Christmas Story.
Yes, yeah.
He's the bully from A Christmas Story.
Yeah.
Ah, that's not him.
Accutane.
Oh.
He lost his Viagra. Right on the train. I'd get in on the movie. I'd be like, yo, it's like Hugh Jackman. I'd be like, could I be in the background or something? Or like, what scene are you filming today?
Like the dude
I'll be the guy in the tub.
Yeah. Like the dude from who was supposed to direct The Island of Dr. Moreau, how he snuck on set after he was fired.
Yeah.
And he was dressed like one of the mutants and he's in the movie.
He kind of looks like Freddy, actually. He does a good Freddy.
Yeah, but like these two look so similar, right?
Don't be a wimp.
That doesn't hurt. Oh, good job. Oh, he's got he had the dribble.
Snakes.
That's actually one of my favorite shots from this movie. That's a good horror.
See, he doesn't act very bad. Like, he's a good actor in this one. He sells it. He sells it well.
Yeah, he sells it. His dialogue is garbage for
one.
That's
not his fault.
Well, because they gave him all the exposition.
Yes.
And that's always a nightmare. Ugh. Oh no, not a message.
You don't have a choice.
What if they just started Frenching?
Wait, did his big old tongue came out?
Yeah. I think that would be fantastic if somebody, again, it's somebody who's really good at lucid dreaming or something can actually take over in the dream and like have more power than him and just starts going at it with him. Just hard. He's like, oh, no. Like,
this is kind of the new kind of makeup for Freddy, where it's not as like dry looking as the newer Freddy movie that came out, like New Nightmare. We gotta eventually get there because I want to see that one again too. But I remember him looking different, his makeup.
Yeah. I think we'll just have to start that one from the beginning.
Oh.
That was
when it's old, like this Freddy's, the makeup's good. But back in the earlier ones, it seems like it's a little moister.
Yeah, open
you know
source.
what I mean? Yeah, like it seems fucking rapist.
Yeah. They didn't even get a chance to find out. So, like, he went as an idiot. Oh, yeah.
I see the position of these two bodies. I'm guessing that he was trying to rape her.
You know how many of his glow sticks I found in his victims?
It actually stays even better than putting it in the freezer.
Yeah. And again, why is there a specific age limit? Why is it 18 when he went after little kids? Why is he not getting little kids?
That's probably too much. That's what they should do in a remake, though. That would be way creepy.
You just get the best, like, child actors, like the little girl who played Rey in The Force Awakens, who's in The Walking Dead now, playing Judith and stuff like that.
Killing all the kids. That's like when you watch the Blob, and you're like, this little kid side, boom, he gets it. Horribly to it, like singes all his skin off, and he's like a burning skeleton. It's nice.
Yeah, it's like he has really specific rules, though. Where he's like, okay, they got to be between 15 and 18, and they have to live within the city limits of blah blah blah, or at least or have relation to people who live on Elm Street, because it's not Nightmare on Elm Street. It's Nightmare on Elm Street and Elm Street Adjacent, because the girl who goes to the school meets the other people.
And Elm Street Adjacent.
Yeah.
Oh, look at her over there.
Yeah.
They're trying to get their plan together here. Whenever they have to realize that one of them has to go to sleep and force him into a final showdown.
Yeah. I wish that somebody with nothing that would help them figure that out just said that. I'm gonna have to force them into a final show. Like, what do you even mean? What does that mean? I'll just pull him out of the dream.
That's right.
Really, you're gonna pull him out of the dream?
That's right.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus! I didn't know what's coming. Whoa!
They did to promote the movie. Both Robert Englund and Ken Kirzinger went in character to Vegas to do a weigh-in.
Sweet.
Which I think was brilliant.
Freddy versus Jason, the weigh-in.
You can find it on their DVD, and I think you could probably find it online too. But it's actually like they do it like a straight up boxing weigh-in and stuff like that.
They should be in more shit.
Who they? Oh, just
I know that they kind of in Mortal Kombat they had a couple of the guys. They should have like a fighting game where it's all just the horror dudes.
It'd be amazing. You know what would be a really good game? So you know how like they have the Friday the 13th game?
Yeah.
Imagine if it was a game where you could select your bad guy.
Yeah, more your
and it totally changes up.
Well, they had it like in a Dead by Daylight game.
Okay.
They came out with like the Freddy and which is the same kind of thing as the Jason one, where they kind of one person's the murderer, one person. I don't know how it works. I don't pay for the internet.
Yeah.
It pays for me.
Nice.
My OnlyFans account pays the bills. No, it doesn't. My OnlyFans is doing so bad, like I owe.
Sorry, yes.
Do they have to pay for that, like up front? Like I got no subscribers, so now I got to pay for the domain or whatever, like a domain rental
if it's like
thing?
If it's like Twitch, which I'm expecting, that's the worst thing. He died by fire, Jason died by water. How can we use that? Like they're planning the fight. But no, like the way that Twitch would work, so I imagine OnlyFans would be similar, would be that you get subscribers and they get a chunk of your subscriber money. Like that's
right.
Like, for hosting you, that's what they get.
Yeah, he's like, I'm hanging out with the cool kids.
I have sex all the time. Count.
Sure does, buddy. Sure does. Why, do you think they need a virgin?
Yes.
What'd you say? Uh-oh.
You made it.
Yeah, I'm a slut. You know I am. Why would you say I didn't?
She goes in some directions in this movie.
She's like, no, you're supposed to wait for me to never have sex with you forever. Why are you looking at her?
Jason Ritter's particularly not great in this.
No, he's not.
Just that moment, that little nod he gave, I'm like, what the hell's happening?
What?
Oh, this is bad. That's gross. I feel like that's the whole reason she shit-talked this movie was that exact moment. So this old man's going to stick his tongue in your mouth, and you know what you're going to do about it? Nothing.
Look at Freddy. She pulls the ear out.
Yeah.
Of the dream.
Speaking of ears, apparently Mike Tyson has a line of gummy ears that he has out now.
That's so lame.
Yeah.
Evander Holyfield should get like some of that money.
100%.
I feel like, you know what, man, in the age of all this shit going down, I think Mike Tyson got a free fucking pass.
Yeah.
He was an awful human being.
Yep.
He would like beat the shit out of his wife, Robin Givens.
Yeah.
He was fucking raped a girl, went to jail for raping a woman, and everyone's like, good man, Mike. Like,
his voice is funny and he likes pigeons. I mean, like, what else? What more can you?
Like, he gets totally.
No, you're 100%.
And he seems like a cool guy now. Like when you talk, but still, it's like, Jesus, buddy. Well, like, fuck.
And I don't know if maybe the fact that he actually went to jail is the difference.
Right.
Like, he didn't get away with it.
Right.
But, like...
Still, it's like, what rapist, gets out of prison and is not...
Yeah.
Let's get this guy from a movie, let's get him on a talk show. They're like, oh, this guy's a piece of shit. He's out of register.
Yeah.
Registry or whatever.
I agree. Don't get me wrong. I think that there needs to be a proper chance for rehabilitation and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, I don't not for a rapist.
There's only rehabilitation for certain, Well, you're not rehabilitating a serial. I'm not saying he was, but you're not going to rehabilitate a serial rapist.
Yeah.
Or any of that shit. That's bullshit.
But also, even somebody who commits sexual assault or something, they have an ability to get rehabilitated. They don't get to be a goddamn star afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, okay, yeah, you can have a job again.
Not Martha
and you can,
Stewart.
Yeah. Oh, she raped everybody in jail. There's no way. There's no way. That first scene in the first episode of Oz where Schillinger is like putting the swastika in Beecher's ass. There's no way she didn't do that several times.
Where did he get that swastika? Mail away?
No, remember he was burning a Bic pen and burning it into his ass.
Uh-oh, here he comes.
I had a dream, actually, that we stopped doing this show and turned it into just one show. Like, we just did commentaries for one show after the next, and we did The Simpsons first, then Oz. Then
nice. Uh-oh.
Smush.
Oh, we could have seen it or smush the guy.
That costs too much money. That's a lot cheaper. Oh my god, was it 2,000?
He was morphing. I forgot about this part. Thought the movie was almost over, for Christ's sakes, like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah. We're...
Oh, yeah.
This is...
I like this kind of little twist here.
Yeah, it's a very interesting, aesthetic.
These are all the kids that were dreaming about Freddy, so they put them into...
The Hypnosil wouldn't work on them, so they put them into these...
Why don't they just kill them, for Christ's sakes?
Yeah.
They're feeding the Matrix. Feeding the Freddy Matrix.
They OD'd.
Uh-oh, your dad's name's on every one of these. He also tongue-banged all these poor people. That's why they're like this. After you tongue-bangs you going, either you wake up with a severed ear in your hand or you end up in the coma pit.
I'm telling you right now, if I worked in a place like that, my only job would be looking out for creeps. I would be standing...
This is so ridiculous, because this is what happens when you smoke weed.
It is, but that's
like what the fuck?
The first gummy I ever had, this guy came and watched the entire Lord of the Rings trilogy with me.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah. This is the worst CG. I could do better CG on my computer.
He's got the hook out. He's like, all right, bro. Are you from Wizard of Oz, man?
Yeah. Well, he's the hookah smoking caterpillar.
Alice in Wonderland.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, he's a stoner, so he's got to get it wrong.
That was awful, too. Like, the smoke machine so clearly behind the...
That's like when they barf.
Yes.
That I like, though. From the side, they just go...
Yeah. I enjoy that, though, every time. SNL's had some pretty good sketches lately, actually.
Yeah, surely. Who paid you?
No. Lauren Michaels. But, no, they did they did one about the Amazon Go stores, where it's like, hey, you just take what you want and you leave. And then it was all like the black customers being like, this is a trap. Like, it was like, this stuff. And then, who was it? Zoe Kravitz was there with one of the cast members, and it was like her white boyfriend. She's like, oh, that's my favorite kombucha. And he's like, oh, you should get it. He's like, you grab it. He's like, you're right there. And she's like, you grab it.
Well, because like you just walk out and then it like beeps you.
Yeah.
At what point did this guy fall asleep?
I don't know.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, imagine being told this.
Oh my god, right down in there.
Yeah. And also, since when does he do that? I know that basically Jason did the same thing and Jason Goes to Hell and we're fine with it. But...
Oh yeah, he did. That movie rules.
Yes.
Charlie, no, we need that. Oh, fuck.
Uh-oh. He's fine getting.
I feel like he's really. I don't know. I feel like he should be wider. Like he's really tall, but he's kind of slim.
He is actually wider than like they said, because that was another thing. He is wider than Ken Kersinger, or than I keep doing that. Than Kane Hodder, but he's so tall that
he's
it's
not right.
That
it
the
doesn't
scale's
seem
not
right.
showing off.
If that's not going to do it, you don't need to shoot at him, bud.
Yeah. You do what you gotta do.
I always wanted that scene where you unload the clip and then there's nothing left. You throw the gun at them.
Mm-hmm. I would probably, if my Fortnite gameplay is any indication, I would throw the gun first. I had a thing where I was fighting somebody and I switched weapons to my shields.
Mobatine.
Yeah, and I threw the shields at the guy and I'm like, I need those.
Good old Mobatine.
Dilute 1,000
Hypnocil and Mobatine.
Yeah.
Immobilize a teen.
Yeah.
You gotta give me some of that. What?
Yeah.
Come on, kids, find the drug. Oh, fuck. Jason's already got his prescription filled, baby.
Yeah.
When they fucking zapped him, he probably re-upped. He's probably like, I'm more powerful than ever now, Jason.
I love this scene. This is really the first opportunity you have
for them to fight.
Yeah. I remember getting really excited. I'm like, oh, they're gonna fight finally.
Here it is.
Because like we're an hour into the movie and they haven't squared off. You know what I mean?
Oh fuck! That's a googly-eyed motherfucker coming at you.
But now, see, like, Freddy has a lot of weird rules because he can do this kind of thing, and he did the same thing in Friday the 13th. Oh, so good. Friday the 13th Part 2 had
he comes out of the guy.
Yeah, he comes he's comes through the other teenager. I'm like, well, why is that a thing now? Like, why are we trying to change it up?
Yeah, he does that. Sometimes he comes out, and in Part 2 he came into the real world.
Yeah, no, but
he wanted to.
No, but like he was killing through that kid first, and then I was like,
that was a cool scene. And when he rips out his hands,
I'm fine because they established in the first movie. Yeah, you can pull him out and all that. Okay, fine, I'm good with that.
Then his whole body can come.
Yeah. No, that's fine, but
Jason, you're drunk again!
Yeah. See, again, like, how is this not enough for... She would have been in this movie more than she would have been in the first Friday the 13th.
Pretty much, yeah. She wanted a starring role.
Yeah.
I like how this immobile teen worked to put him asleep, but, like, getting zapped by a trillion volts of electricity did nothing.
Yeah. You know what would have been great? All of a sudden, that guy, the glow stick guy, comes out, and then it's Freddy again. He's like, "I'll handle this," and he gets on top of him.
He's over. He's strong enough to do it on his own, I guess.
Yeah, but this was great because it's the whole idea of he has the advantage.
Not my arm.
This is his zone, but even still, like, he's getting a little whatever. The way he was standing reminded me of Forrest Whitaker, and I don't know why. I guarantee you. I guarantee you we'll see a movie one day, and I'll be that's the moment. That's the Whitaker moment from.
What a sweet, Freddy versus Jason.
Oh God.
They should be like Mario Kart.
Speaking of which, have you played the new tracks?
Yeah.
They're good.
Yeah, I like them. They don't. It's funny because people are complaining online
because all people do is complain.
They don't look as good as the other ones, and it's true they don't. But to be honest with you, they look good enough. Like if you look at the characters on the side, they're like 2D and blah blah blah. But also, you're getting an entire 48 tracks for less than half you paid for the other one.
Yeah.
So it still looks great.
Yeah.
All that matters is the driving, which is killer.
Yeah, the tracks are good.
Yeah, exactly.
They're complete. Like there's
always pinballing his ass.
Yeah. I do love the subtle sound effects, but I do really love the not so subtle sound effects.
What's Freddy?
I don't think. Do you know how many people you think would get that joke today? Nobody. What does it mean, tilt?
No tilt in the machine.
Is it because you were at Tilted Towers? No, it's not Fortnite.
Yes, no, that's exactly it, yes.
I saw somebody, what was the character? I've seen a few different ones. Naruto was one, And then there was another character, and they're like, "Oh, that's the guy from Fortnite," and it was somebody they licensed. It was like, "No, they're from fucking this." Like, what's the matter with you?
Oh, that's like when Ozzy Osbourne was on that like Post Maloney track.
Oh,
they're like, "Who's this old crazy guy?" And they think that they've seen Spider-Man. They're like, "Yeah, that guy from Fortnite." I see what you're saying. Yeah, so like a character shows up in Fortnite as a whatever, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that guy from Fortnite."
And that's exactly
fucking dumb.
And that's exactly what it was. Like, well, it's because kids, like, depending on what they've licensed, kids have no experience with them.
It's their parents' fault.
Yeah,
fucking shit parents.
Yeah, I gotta force them to watch everything.
Fucking right. Oh. Jason's scared of water.
See, and somebody said,
is he?
Yeah, well, why wouldn't he be? He drowned.
I know, but like he's always coming out of the water.
Yeah, I was gonna say it never came up before.
Yeah, like although in 8, when the mom, you don't let me drown.
Yeah. Like it works for me because they called it a plot hole. They're like, they added the plot hole of this. I'm like, I don't know if it would be a plot hole. He did.
Yeah, I can see it. I can see
the
it
water.
He did. Well, he did lots of times.
He couldn't. Yeah,
7, 8.
Yeah, I have no problem with him being afraid of the water.
I love that even in Freddy's realm, he can't kill Jason.
Yeah,
he's unfucking killable.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sit back there. We're all sitting up front. Fuck this.
Yeah, I know.
I'll sit on the goddamn roof. He's gonna sit up like the Undertaker. We're all fucked.
Yeah, he's definitely gonna no-sell this eventually. I really don't like what they did with his head in this one.
I was literally thinking the same thing as you from that Devil's Latex place that I love, right? The masks. There was a Comic-Con.
Yeah.
You can get the hoods.
Yeah.
So you can buy his. Oh, he's like a little boy.
Yeah.
This is now we're in Freddy's realm now, bud.
Yeah. See, this is what we're talking about. See, this is good. Like he's fucking with him on a deep level.
Anyways, they make the hoods, like so you can put the Freddy or the Jason mask on it. And also have his head.
Yes,
and you can pick the hawks they called them, and I was like, I don't know, it's all right.
See, the one I like the best is the post part. Is the post part 8 because he's got all the burn, like it's the like melted away.
And his side of his feet, you can see all. They have that one. All his teeth are sticking out on the side, and the mask is. But there's like a big chunk. Yeah, this is cool. I like this.
Yeah, to me, that's the best one. I like that this is like his happy place.
Yeah.
He's missing the he's missing the little person riding like the riding the horse bike in the Happy Gilmore there.
Oh my god, that's
that place from Beetlejuice.
That's exactly what I was gonna say. Lost Souls.
Yeah.
I lost it right there. Kitty.
I've never noticed that one before, to be honest. And I'm just thinking, I'm like, that poor actress. They're like, so you're gonna be in this movie for a second, but your tit's gonna be in it for more than a second.
Your tit will live on forever. Mm-hmm. That's like when dogs or animals are in movies. I'm like, they didn't even know.
I know.
Right? They were like, they're gonna live forever.
Not even aware.
Dog here.
Except that one dog that got thrown in, what was it? Was it Mr. Nanny? Right. I think it was Mr. Nanny, where the guy you can just see in the background a guy throwing a dog in a river. Like it's definitely not a part of
that
the
one
thing.
That I saw, the littlest hobo.
Yeah,
and it was like this kid in a wheelchair is like flying down a hill. So it's like the shot of the littlest hobo running towards him, and then I shit you not, it's like Mr. Nanny dog. The first thing that comes up.
Anyways, keep going.
I tell you, they picked that dog up and just whipped him at the kid.
Yeah.
Because then it's just like out of nowhere, out of the frame, the dog comes flying from like up in the air and hits the kid in the wheelchair and knocks him out of the wheelchair.
I'll play this on the thing somehow, but I want to show this to Todd. Just watch. We gotta find the moment. It'll be very clear.
I don't want to see some dog get thrown.
It's so crazy. You get to watch him die.
Oh my god!
I'm kidding.
He just threw him in the water.
Swim, you fucking asshole! Like,
what's happening?
That dog had no agency.
Look at this. They're just in the middle of the day.
Yeah, I feel like. And I always I always wonder about those girls. I know a lot of people are trying to get a SAG card or whatever, but the SAG, this is actually going to work out really well. But who's answering these calls for who's going to be a dead person on screen with their boobs hanging out for 2 seconds?
There is, and people will do it.
And they line up, and then to audition, they literally just have
girls in all these movies.
I know, and then literally they just take off their shirts, and then people stare at them and go, "You're the one we want to be dead."
Yeah, I don't know how that works. Do you really need to see, we need to make sure that this dead woman's breasts are exactly what we're looking for. Well, help them. Jesus Christ. Oh, it was Freddy.
I knew it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh shit. He's expunging the water. He's living.
Oh no.
I love how they've come up with this plan so fast.
I know.
What I mean? They pulled an ear out. They've got, we got to get there, right? These guys got to rumble. Yeah. They got to figure something out.
I don't think in a million years, if I grabbed something of him and it came out with me, I still don't think I would wrap around my head. I'd be too traumatized to have the wherewithal to go, oh yeah, so that means if I grab him, he'll come with me. Yeah, he has asthma.
Jason?
No, the other dude.
Jason's got asthma. Help him.
Yeah.
She's going to give Jason mouth to mouth.
Also, I feel like if you have asthma, you could totally give it. Too many asthma people, you have too many goddamn excuses. You're not out there wearing masks when it's totally fine for you to wear a mask.
Get in there, girl.
I have chronic bronchitis. I wear a mask every goddamn day.
I love that. I can't. I have a doctor. Well, we need to see the doctor. So, no, it's over now, though.
That happened.
It's over. It's so but it was a lie. Yeah. Everybody was right.
That happened. I was at a Dairy Queen one time, and 2 people walked in with a mask. They're like, well, you need a mask. And before he even finished, he's like, we both have asthma. And I'm like, no, you absolutely.
We both have asthma.
They were both out smoking before they went in. I'm like, you guys.
I love these people, right?
Yeah. Well, because
you have to prove it, though.
Well, and that was the thing. Nobody wants to bother fighting with that. They're just like, ugh. Oh, here we go. See, there's the teeth again.
Ah.
So he's got a totally different look for this portion. I feel like that should have been in 3D.
It is.
See?
Oh, yeah, I know. He looks like Satan or something.
Or like an elf. Like a dark elf.
It's cool looking, but it's not Freddy.
No. Yeah, I didn't really understand the point of that.
Maybe they filmed those 2 scenes and you know what, we're not liking this Freddy.
Maybe.
Oh, fuck. Right near Camp Crystal. Elm Street is just a hop, skip, and a jump away from Camp Crystal Lake.
They just had to drive through Haddonfield.
What do you know?
It's... What state? Do you remember where...
Oh, fuck, here comes Daddy.
Where is Elm Street again? Where is...
We have an Elm Street.
No, I know that, but where is... what? No, but what city, state is this? Freddyville, USA.
That's right. I don't know. Did they ever say? I have a feeling it's Michigan.
Yeah.
Or Missouri.
Where did it?
They really don't fight a lot in this movie, actually, for a movie entitled Jason vs. Freddy.
I know. That's what I'm saying. It took so long to get there.
Look, it was you. Freddy's the man.
Oh yeah, Springwood, Ohio.
Ohio.
So, out Ohio through Illinois, and then where was Camp Crystal Lake? I can't remember.
We have Camp Crystal Lake too.
We have a lot of things.
We have Crystal Lake.
Yeah.
If you camp there, boom.
Yeah, that covers it.
Oh fuck.
I know that it's a fictional camp. Where's the fucking place located? There's Crystal Lake camps in Hughesville, Pennsylvania, but that's not what we're talking about.
Who would you rather be killed by, Jason or Freddy?
I feel like I would rather Jason.
Me too.
He 90% of the time sneaks up on you and just
kills you
and just puts an end to it.
I think you're dead. Freddy's gonna play with you and toy with you.
Yeah, I gotta be scared for a bunch of time.
Fucking scared.
I'll probably end up dressed like a little girl.
And then before you'll love what was gonna happen anyway. You woke up like that.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. That's how I went to bed.
It's good thing they move the table out of the way.
I actually liked this, the idea that she's asleep and they're protecting her in her sleep.
Right. Ooh.
Nice.
That should have been dead.
Yeah.
Okay, she does really have big boobs. Actually, I thought it was like, I thought it was one of those like 1950s, fucking, B-52 bras. There.
Don't worry, they need to be now.
Blades clink.
Clink.
Freddy's the man. How much do you think he got for these movies?
He definitely got more than anybody else did.
Well, he's better of.
I don't know. I don't know what he made. Oh, I wanted to
still got the residuals coming in from that Freddy TV show.
Probably. So the movie would cost $25 million to make. Like I said before, it made $116.6 million worldwide, almost all of it in North America.
Of course.
It opened number one with $36.4 million. It beat the movies that were out at the time: SWAT, Freaky Friday, Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl, American Wedding, Seabiscuit, Spy Kids 3, Bad Boys 2. Stayed number one the next week when Medallion and My Boss's Daughter came out. Went down to number 6 the following week when Jeepers Creepers 2 came out. Went down to number 9 when Dickie Roberts and the Order came out. And then it was out of the top 10 the following week when Once Upon a Time in Mexico, Matchstick Men, and Cabin Fever came out.
Here we go.
Yeah.
I like that it was number 1.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it did really well.
I want to start, like I said, I want to make movies on Peely Island. Yeah. And I want to make real cheesy, and then work up. Then he's horror. I heard what's her name was trying to buy the rights to Jason. Bloom. Bloomhouse. Oh. Jason Bloom.
Yeah.
Wanted to buy
Orlando Bloom?
And Orlando Bloom. Oh my God. Don't take your eyes off the screen. We've been waiting this whole thing. But I literally watched a movie recently. I found it on Tubi. The greatest streaming service of them all. Mm-hmm. It was called Enemies Closer, starring Jean-Claude Van Damme, Orlando Jones, and I can't remember the other guy's name. It was actually pretty good.
Yeah.
Orlando Jones was actually really good in it. Van Damme was the bad guy.
That's interesting.
He was amazing. He played a French Canadian.
Of course he did. He's either French
He's
Foreign Legion.
Give him a blowy.
Mm-hmm. I like that often he's French Foreign Legion, despite the fact they could just play French.
No, hell no.
He's like, I am French Foreign Legion by way of Belgium.
Check out Enemies Closer, other people, and check out Tubi. Don't pay for any of this bullshit.
Yeah.
Watch Tubi and live.
Commercials. Yuck.
Netflix and chill, Tubi and a doobie.
I get it.
Oh, is he dead?
Craven
he died virgin.
Disney Plus. And finger yourself.
Lizzie McGuire. You got it. Oh, that guy should have died. Nerdo McGee
for what it's worth, I prefer to pleasure myself to Phineas and Ferb.
What was the show with Ariana Grande? She talks like this.
That was a Nickelodeon show, Sam and Cat.
I was like, she doesn't really talk like that in real life, does she?
Yeah, and let's also be very clear. The reason I have this information is because I work for children's television. I work for Nickelodeon and Disney Channel and all these different places. So.
Yeah, whatever.
Yes, I am.
Just tell the truth. All the kids that I have chained up in my basement won't shut the fuck up unless I put Nickelodeon on.
Mm-hmm. The writers had to make a very, very specific point there because they were like, we did not write the word faggot. She said that on her own.
Oh, did she?
Yeah.
Oh, I missed it.
She was like, she goes, what kind of faggot would do that? And he's like, nope, we were not okay with that. But then at the same time, I'm like, why didn't you stop her and say, hey, how about you don't say that? Like you guys
blamed it on. They threw her right under the bus.
Yeah, right under the bus. I feel like it's something that nobody paid attention to, and then they're like, I'm not happy about that.
I hear where she's coming from.
Yeah.
Because I would also, oh Lord, he said even Freddy was like, woo.
Yeah. Yikers.
Like sometimes you just say things to people because you think that's what's going to piss them off the most.
Yeah.
Like you don't even necessarily care.
Yeah.
It's just that, if you see some big alpha male straight dude, call him fag.
Yeah.
See what happens. See what Yeah, shit. Fucking right. Yeah. Live on the sword's edge, baby.
I think it might be the best philosophy over a slur that I've ever heard. See what happens.
Well, here we go. At least it's kung fu moves.
Roll the dice, bitches.
We forgot about the big jump.
Was that the big jump? The big jump was probably the out of the water.
Oh, you're right. You're absolutely correct.
I'm going to look it up now. Now that
They should... Oh, here we go. Whoop. Just sidestep that one. He's just missing. I don't think Jason gives a shit that they're coming at him. Oh, no, he's kind of sidestepping. Oh, that one got him.
So here's pictures of them on set.
That's hilarious.
I don't know
why did they have to get Rey Mysterio for this big jump?
I don't know, maybe because he's the only one who knew how to land on his feet.
They should add Freddy. Oh, this is cool. This part. Right through him, eh? There's no stopping Jason, bud. Mm-hmm. I'm sure he's got any blood in him to even spray out at this point in time.
Yeah, you would.
Like, what the fuck, like?
Well, I just pictured it would always be that black goo from.
Freddy and Jason
9
should be in Expendables 4.
That would be.
I mean,
why
who else
not?
is going to join the team, right? Who else they got?
But why not make some version?
But it should be like, you know, they do the pan over. It's like Stallone, Dolph Lundgren, Jason Statham, Jet Li, Freddy.
Yeah.
You know, then Mickey Rourke, Jason. You know?
Yeah. That appears to have been what it was.
Who do you think's going to be the bad guy in part 2? Or part 4?
Part 4.
I thought Van Damme was great in Expendables 2. Van Damme was awesome.
Yeah. I don't know. They're really great,
too
but
much money.
They've covered not worth it.
They had Mel Gibson. That was 3.
Yeah. That's where Mel Gibson belongs right now. That's about as far as I can handle him right now.
Uh-oh. Got us.
That. Yeah.
That's one thing. Oh no.
That's the one thing I like about him, and I honestly feel like they gave him too much power in the real world, because like that was the best Freddy, because like that was the best thing about like the first movie. He's a pussy when he's not, like that's the whole reason, like he's
not
a friggin' child molester, but now he, like, Ronnie Yu gave him choreography and he can handle himself.
Get kicks and shit going.
Yeah,
I'll bet you're right about that jump out of the water scene.
it appears to be the case from what I can
Megan
see.
Fox is in the next Expendables.
Oh really?
Maybe she's the bad guy.
Maybe.
Because I always thought that what they should have done is split the guys up. And one of them make like Arnold the bad guy, like Arnold and Chuck Norris are the bad guys,
like,
and the good guys are Stallone, and
have a twist where one guy had like
because that's the one thing that pissed me off about the movie was like the action scene is never as big as it could be because everybody's got to have their own little things.
Too many egos. That was the same problem that Fast and Furious had. Too many people wanting
their own little
and then having too many demands. I liked actually what they did here.
Mm-hmm. How's he gonna get his fingers back?
Well, he doesn't.
So Jason Forever is gonna he should be fingerless after this.
He was blown into bits in 9, and that didn't seem to matter. He can just do the same thing again. He
That's right. But he ate his heart.
Yeah. So they can just get the same thing going again. And
look at the blood just spraying.
Yeah. They said they used 300 gallons of fake blood in this movie.
That's wicked.
Which somehow doesn't seem like enough to me.
It doesn't, I agree.
I was like, yeah, we've seen a lot of blood.
This is cool.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he's
I feel like Jason should be somewhat powerful outside of...
Oh, Freddy, you mean?
Yeah, Freddy, yeah. Here she comes with the big run.
I just don't think so, because he lost just a flat-out physical fight to a teenage girl in the first movie.
Well, he's getting more powerful.
Yeah.
If Jason can be that powerful in the dream realm, then Freddy should be able to, oh, fuck.
Well, no, but the difference would be Freddy's power comes from being in the dream.
Right.
So it's like...
Oh, this nice explosion coming up here.
But why... Like, really... When we're being... but when we're being realistic, why split hairs over... Exactly. As I complain about such things, I realize how stupid I'm being. So they keep...
That's why people argue about, like, the rules of things and people, you know, like...
Yeah.
The canon rules.
I don't mind... having those conversations, but I also at the exact same time need to concede that it doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter.
They both killed each other.
Yeah. Well, it was interesting because everybody was like, who are they going to pick? Who are they going to pick? And a lot of people just assumed because Freddy was New Line first, they were just going to go that route. Or, but then you were like, oh, there's parties from both sides who are going to like,
I like
argue in
Godzilla
favor
versus Kong. That was a good team up. That was a good movie. I like that movie. I want to watch that again, actually. It's a lot of Kong, though. Godzilla's kind of like the side guy.
I hate
it's all Kong.
Yeah. I can't. I still can't put my support behind Kong's success against Godzilla.
Oh, he gets his ass kicked.
No, I know, but I just any success whatsoever. Like, or the thing that made me mad was first King Kong versus Godzilla. Why is King Kong as big as Godzilla? Godzilla was taller than the building that King Kong climbed the first time.
Exactly, way taller.
But here we are.
He was just a pup then, though.
Oh, okay.
This is way later.
I got you.
It was like the early 1900s, man. Now he's fucking beast.
Now he's beast. You know what would be the best? I want Godzilla versus Godzilla. The real, like, regular Godzilla versus 2000 1999
like
Matthew Broderick Godzilla.
Godzilla.
And so Bryan Cranston and Matthew Broderick are both in the movie as, like, support behind each person.
I can't remember what this is. Is this Freddy's severed head coming at him?
No.
Oh, it's Jason.
We're not there yet.
He's a guy must still kill. Don't you understand what's going on here, Jason, you big stupid dummy? Jesus.
What if it was Kevin Hart? He comes up and he's like, hey, look at this thing. That was a good, like, this actually was well done in terms of, like, oh, is it going to be this person? Is it going to be that person? Like, that should have also been 3D. Only 2 scenes in this should have been 3D.
Uses his own. I'm out.
Yeah. Last energy.
No. Boom. Right to his foot.
Mm-hmm.
So he can't fall off the dock. He just kind of falls.
It's his glove, though. He should start, like, going, like... That'd be the best. He falls down and the glove starts going... like, oh. He's giving it his all.
I love you, Freddy.
Imagine they gave him, like...
Whoa.
Imagine they gave him the kind of look that they did for Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face. Where you can see, like, all the sinews and, like, the ligaments and stuff moving underneath, and that would be a fucked up burn face.
That'd be like such a cool job to be like, okay, so we're in this movie. We need a severed Freddy head. We need this head. We need an arm. We need this. We need a torso. We need...
That's the thing. Being a props dude, especially I've been listening to Office Ladies, and just the shit, like, you have to go through a script and pick it out almost every time on your own, where it's like a man hands...
He winked at her.
Yeah, always. He's like, man hands her a vase. Okay, we got to get a vase.
Yeah.
And then it's like, okay, well, what kind of vase? And they actually have to, like, think like characters. Yeah. What kind of vase would this person have? And then it's like, oh, and then you're like, we got to get 20 of that vase because they're going to break the vase in a scene. And then it's going to be like, and I'm like, oh, man, it just, like... So, the most mundane parts sound like such a hassle, but then you get the cool challenges on top of that where you get to build something neat or like whatever, and it's like, oh, this is awesome. But I feel like most of it's just like find an antique flower pot, and you're like, you and your team are like, scraping the bottom of the flea markets looking for antique flower pots.
This is such a cool shot. I like this.
This was.
I always want this as a poster.
I was curious actually because I didn't know how he did it. This isn't Ken Kersinger here. This is David Tate, because this was a reshoot because the ending, which we'll talk about during the credits, was completely different. And then when they went to do it, they couldn't get Ken Kersinger back for it because he was doing something. But so basically what he had to do here is because he was walking underwater, he was not bulky enough because all his clothes were sticking to him, and he's skinnier than Ken Kersinger was.
Right.
So they had to bulk him and pat him up, but that made him like float on the water. So he had to grab a rope underwater and walk while holding the rope. That was Robert Shea's idea. They wanted to make it like the idea, like Jason won the battle, but he didn't win the war, exactly. So they could open it up to whatever else. I feel like this is every Ronnie Yu credits is something like this. But again, I really only think about this and Bride of Chucky when it comes to him.
Well, all they have to do is remember him again, and he's back.
Yeah, it's not hard.
You tell me the endings.
All right,
endings.
Let's go through all the other endings because there's
not
quite
Marvel
a few
credits, so you better friggin' move it.
You're right. All right. So, oh my God, this is really long. Okay. Several endings were considered in the film. Originally shot was the scene in which Laurie and Will began to have sex for the first time. However, Will starts acting like a maniac, eventually sprouts a Freddy Krueger claw, then proceeds to slash at his girlfriend. That was cut because it got
the dude that, okay, right?
Yeah, Jason Ritter.
Yeah.
And that got, because everybody was confused. They're like, what, is he Freddy now? Like, what? Like, what the hell's going on? Does that mean Freddy won? I don't understand.
Right.
So they were like, okay, so whatever. They skipped that. Another ending was considered Freddy and Jason were battling to death on the dock. After the explosion, they end up in a fiery lake. Something strange starts to happen, so you know that's good description. The water begins to move, churning, and the lake begins to drain. Within the water, there's a hole that opened at the bottom of the lake bed, glowing red. Freddy tries to swim away, but Jason puts a death lock on his ankle, and they're both dragged down. Next day, Crystal Lake is completely dry, and Laurie is reunited with her father.
Like, pulls the plug on the lake.
Yeah. Then they walk down to the dry lake, and the doctor sees Freddy's claw on the ground, picks it up, vowing to destroy it for good. Then a red and green arm, striped arm, bursts through the earth, grabs Dr. Campbell's leg, and pulls him under. So that's that whole thing. And then what else? Oh, there's even more. It keeps going, but that one's like boring. Then there's so that she ends up somewhere dark. Freddy puts the claw back on his hand. Sees Jason near him, machete gleaming. They start just fighting, but then chains start shooting out from everywhere. Pinhead comes out and says, "What seems to be the problem?" And then that leads into that. But they had to get the rights to him because he's owned by Miramax. So that didn't work out.
What seems to be the problem?
Yeah, which is not a Pinhead thing to say.
What seems to be the problem?
Then there was one where Satan is sitting high above them, watching down. So he sucks them down, like a big red hand comes and pulls them both under, and then he watches them battle for eternity in hell.
Yeah, I like that one.
And then there was another version which was essentially the exact same thing. They were in a dark pit, but you just see dark, like demon eyes surrounding them.
Demon eyes.
Yeah. So
the devil.
The basic idea was that they were going to
them fight forever.
Yeah. The basic idea was for either of those was they'd be fighting each other for eternity. But I liked the idea. I liked as corny as that one was. I liked it better because it opened it up for hey, we might come back.
Right.
Whereas like we fought for eternity, it's like and then we got out and then we started doing this again.
As they're fighting, they do like in all those shows where like we're like in Thor or whatever, and they're like, oh, are you hearing me, Joe? Me and you, we have to fight each other. And as we fight, we make a plan. Maybe it takes a while.
Yeah.
Right? Overthrow Satan and then get the fuck out for some carnage. And it's a buddy. The next one's a buddy movie.
Okay.
Where they're on the road from Satan.
Yeah.
Murdering.
Nice.
Because they're so bad. Yeah. Satan's after them.
Nice. All right. So what other verses? Let's come up with some other verses that nobody's thought of. Leprechaun versus Carnosaur.
Who else? Okay, wait. Who else is out there? Puppet Master versus
Candyman.
Anaconda.
Oh, there you go. Anaconda had one. There was one. The movie is literally called Lake Placid versus Anaconda, which suggests that he's going against the lake not itself. The crocodile inside
amazing.
Lake. Which I love that.
It's not even like the crocodile from Lake Placid. It's Lake Placid versus because they got rid of the other crocodile, so now it's this guy.
Yeah, it's true.
That showed up.
Yeah,
and Betty White's still feeding him. Oh, he's back.
Of course.
Here's some chickens.
As long as, what's his face there, David E. Kelly's there to fucking make old people be quirky.
I wonder what the story would have been if it was going to be Ash. I'm sure it would have been.
Yeah. There was another version of this script that actually started in medieval times that was going to kind of explain the phenomenon behind them. So I'm wondering if that would have maybe had, if they would have kind of utilized a bit of that as like from a Army of Darkness kind of.
It's a killer tune, actually.
He's just screaming.
Kill switch engage. It's a good tune, man.
I'm not going to engage the kill switch. Who else could you have out there? The girl from The Ring.
Oh, The Ring. That's funny. I just said that the other day. I was like, you're The Ring.
Versus Annabelle.
Ooh.
Annabelle puts the tape in.
Fucking right. I'm trying to think of something like, Wishmaster. Versus Victor Crowley from Hatchet.
Nice, I like that one. How about a Survivor Series style match? Critters versus Ghoulies.
I love that one. That was amazing.
Lots of
Critters versus Ghoulies. That's the top pick right there. That's it. That's like the biggest 2D movie
like
they've ever had.
I'm gonna end up doing so many like photoshops on this one. I feel like I think I just really made. I just saw the name Russo. I'm like, did a Russo work on this movie?
Of course, there's Roadrunner Watch. I knew who it was. Spine Shank.
I love names.
MX now. Oh, Junkie XL.
I don't know.
Machine Head.
Machine Head, I know.
Machine Head.
Ooh, a lot of Machine Head.
Oh, Typo Negative.
I don't know them.
It's another Spine Shank.
I don't know most.
Il Nino.
I like the name.
Chimera.
Chimera, I know.
Chimera's off there. Kill Switch Engage. I knew it.
Well done. I don't know who's the band. Chris Regan. Oh, he's the color timer. That's really mean to poor Kelly Rowland.
Where's that color timer at?
I'm timing you. For what? Hurry up.
Fucking
That's really mean. I'm sorry, Kelly Rowland. You've been through enough.
I know. She got whipped up against that tree. She's probably got a fucking... Beyonce probably calls her every now and then to be a bitch.
Yeah.
Shit, I married to Jay-Z. Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Come to the Super Bowl. I have my own life. You do not get the Super Bowl.
Go get the other one.
Yeah.
She's like, Michelle. She's like, yeah, whatever. Just get her.
Isn't that the one that's her sister?
Maybe.
Or cousin or something? Like, that's the one that's related. There's always the other one. Like Pavarotti, Placido Domingo, and the other guy.
Ooh, them versus Critters.
Well done. We made it, guys. That was the perfect way to end this movie. Thank you all so much for watching. If you are watching on YouTube, make sure you hit the like and subscribe. If you are listening on any of your favorite podcast platforms, I fucked it up, so maybe just come watch us. And then you can watch me fuck up and see the kind of weird tongue things I do when I do that. Oh my god, this needs to stop.
I knew yours eventually was going to get you. It took longer than I thought, actually.
I know. I was like, well, this is almost over. I'm going to be able to get through it, no problem. Other things. All the socials, look below for those because I don't say those anymore because we have too many of them. Social media is slowly killing the world, but that won't stop me from posting on them.
Good.
We got to get seen. I'm assuming that, Kevin Smith's going to discover us.
Goddamn right he is.
And then I'm going to say, sorry, not a fan. No. I liked you better when you were chubby.
Everybody did.
Mm-hmm. I'm glad you're healthy, but
Good
I get it.
Good for you.
I get it. You think I'm going to go hang out with a
skinny... 12's coming out.
Yeah, I know. You think I'm going to go hang out with a skinny John Candy? You go screw yourself.
Well, yeah, now maybe, but...
Yeah, you'd be very skinny now. Still funny as shit, though. If you get him out, right. You're like, you'd like be holding his skull, and you're like, he still looks friendly as shit. Look at his smile. Like,
hey there, Bonesy.
Oh, God. All right, gang. We will see you next week with a Coming Attractions episode, and then we'll tell you what things we're doing. This is the last week. We had a chunk of time away from each other because I was in COVID isolation, which I didn't have COVID. I just was in contact with somebody, and Todd wasn't feeling well, so
that was really gross.
Sorry. And yeah, nobody wants to mess around right now with anything like that. It's a bit like, we got people we love that we don't want to get murdered. If it was just the two of us, we would have never stopped, but that is what it is. And Todd's about to return to sea. So
here we go. The sea calls.
Now, by the time this episode comes out, he'll have already been back at sea for quite some time.
Or not.
Or not. Maybe he's sunk, and this is actually the sad last episode that we have to discuss.
No. It'll be like the Bermuda Triangle-like thing. I'll probably end up on Monster Island. I'll have a great story to tell when I get back. Fucking awesome.
How mad would you be if you came back and I replaced you and everything? All of a sudden, we were huge. It was
it would be like when Buddy came back from Castaway. And his wife's remarried. He's like, what the fuck?
Only
it's you and Jason Mewes in your new podcast. It's doing huge. Ever since you had Kevin Smith on, it just blew up.
But my version of Jason Mewes is actually just a bunch of cats inside his clothing. Mew, 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 mew.
You don't want to get sued, Jason Mew Mew.
Jason Mew Mew. Oh, thank you. Jason multiple times saying Mew.
Exactly.
All right, gang. We will see you next week, one way or another. Dead or alive.
I got beard lice.
Oh. Bye.